Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is Thursday evening and this evening we are talking budgeting. Yes, I actually got my payslip today, so I know how much money is coming into my bank tomorrow. So I decided I best work everything out. So I have my list. Now what I'll do is, there we go. That is my list of what I have outgoing. Now, what I do with these is I don't do absolute numbers. I always round up. Sometimes by a few pence, sometimes by a couple of pounds, depends on what it is. So that just gives me some leeway. So for my mortgage is £500 a month. I'm still on a fixed rate. I still have a really good interest rate, so that's why I want to hit the mortgage as soon as I can. Council tax is 175. I think it's actually like 168 or 172 or somewhere around there. So I've budgeted for 175. My electric at the moment, I'm budgeting 200 a month because that's pretty much what I'm paying. It will probably go down in the summer, but we'll see how it goes. That is slightly more than I'm used to because there's two of us. However, Kathleen does put into the house money-wise, so we'll just budget for that and we'll see how we get on. My broadband, £36. That is some high-speed thing because before I couldn't get things working because I'm quite rural. My mobile is £15 a month. That's for unlimited pretty much everything. My insurance, now that is a household insurance. Now, due to the fact that I have for the last few years worked with either loss assessors or with construction companies who work for insurers, I am insured up to the hilt. I have got, the Premier Platinum, you name it, I've got it. Because I've seen what happens when someone takes that off to try and cut money on the policy. I am £30 a month on that. So it's a good enough deal. I'm not sure. I do check it every year to see, but it was £30 the last time I looked. Well, that was what I paid last month. My milk, because I get my milk delivered to the door, is £10 a month. Netflix, Kathleen and I agreed, she pays Disney, I pay Netflix. We're in the house a lot, we don't go out very much, so we like to be able to sit and binge watch things if we have to. Fuel is for travelling to and from work. I think I mentioned previously that I think a tank of diesel should do it for the month, but it's going to be a close run thing. And the tank was, the last time I filled it up, it wasn't quite empty, but it was like almost £80. So if I budget for 100, that should get me through the month, no problem. So then I went and I had a wee look and I was like, right, so what have we got here? So this is my next page. This is what I commonly call left to play with. You've paid your bills, what have you got left to play with? So I have £500 roughly left to play with. Food, I'm going to do £250 a week. I think that's not too bad for two of us. Logs, I'm paying £240 for logs at the weekend because we are down to virtually no logs at all, obviously because I haven't had any delivered when I've not been working. And that left me with £60. 200 for food, 240 for logs, £440 off of 500, and I'm skint. Then I remembered that Perth and Ross Council do not, the way I pay my council tax, I pay it over 10 months. So I do not have to pay council tax this month. There is no council tax bill. So that gives me back the 175 that I had budgeted for. Look at me being sensible and remembering that. So that leaves me £235. So basically my intention for that is it's going on the credit card. Now, obviously that seems to be quite not an awful lot. And Had I been living on my own, then it wouldn't be an awful lot, but I'd be able to keep this place going. Because that my wages coming in this month are slightly short because I didn't start with the new company until the 6th of January. So that would leave me enough, and my food bill wouldn't be as much, etc., etc. But what I am going to do is whatever I've got left, throw it at the credit card just now. And then when Kathleen gets paid and gives me some money, I can throw more at the credit card, because that's what we're going for the next few months, is we're just going to throw everything at the credit card. Anything that's left over, I'm going to take it out of my current account. I'll leave myself maybe £50 in the current account. Anything else is going into my savings account, because although it's a really rubbish interest rate, it's still an interest rate. So because my big savings account it's a 500 minimum deposit, so I need to stash anything I'm saving. So anything left over will sit in that savings account just now. If I need it, fine. This is the first month of me doing that. But at the moment, that's me budgeted for basically from wages to being skint by the time I've been home for half an hour tomorrow. But as I say, the food is £200. I'm not going to spend £200 in one day. I'm going to put it down to £50 a week. So the other 150 will be sitting in the savings account, getting interest. We'll see. And as soon as we can get to 500 in there, it'll get thrown over. Or it'll get put to the credit card. It'll get put to the credit card. We need to get rid of the credit card. See, this is me working it out as I tell you, because we all know I have fabulous plans and then I go squinty. But that is my budget for this coming month, for the month of February. I am quite positive about it. I think we'll manage, because £50 a week for food is pretty good for Kathleen and I. Especially if I'm doing my sensible shopping. We can do quite well in that. And every so often there will be, like, had I not been buying the logs this month, that 175 of the council tax, that would have been when I would have gone to Farm Foods and got the big shop with the little treats, etc., etc. So yeah, I've got treats planned already. Possibly next month. But yeah, so that is the plan. I just thought I'd come and tell you that's my plan to get through this month. So tomorrow I intend going shopping straight after work, because I'll have money for the first time in like forever. So we'll see what I can get after work. I'm horrifying myself at even the thought of that, going shopping on a Friday night. But because I'm going to be there, it saves me having to travel, at the weekend when I don't need to travel. So yeah, that's the cunning plan. We'll see how we get on. So now I'm going to go and put the kettle on, and I will catch you later.